Introduction. A reef is a structure subaquatic made by calcium carbonate secreted by corals. It is a big mass constituted by calcareous and sedentary organisms as algae, coral, and other madrepores which remain submerged during high tide and produce slightly at low tide. In this presentation, we are going to see different factors involved in the reefs as biotic and abiotic factors, distribution, and sometimes of implications like social, political, economic, and biological.
Coral reefs are animals that are part of the underwater landscape. They live together forming colonies of up to thousands of individuals. The set of several colonies of different species of coral are known as reefs and make up ecosystem with greater biodiversity, but their qualities go further. According to the National Commission for the Knowledge and Use of Biodiversity, CONABIO, reefs play a very important role in coastal dynamics by preventing erosion and reducing the force of waves, in addition to constituting the most effective protection structure against the strong effect of tropical storms. In Mexico, according to CONABIO, coral reefs are located in three areas: the Pacific coast, which includes the states of Baja California Sur, Sonora, Nayarit, Colima, Jalisco, Michoacán, Guerrero, and Oaxaca. Also the coast of Veracruz and Campeche, and finally the eastern coast of Yucatan Peninsula. Corresponds from the Isla Contoy, Zacalac, the Banco Chinchorro. This last area is part of the second largest barrier reef in the world, the Mesoamerican Barrier Reef System.
Biotic factors: water, light, wind, sediment, pH, temperature, pressure, salinity, humidity, weather, waves, current, ocean depth, substrate, turbidity, inorganic nutrients, phosphorus, nitrogen, dissolved gases, oxygen, nitrogen, carbon dioxide, etc., and organic calcium carbonate saturation.
Biotic factors are specific to coral reefs are squid, crab, minerals from dead organic substances, crustaceans, algae, and coral. Squid is a large plant that grows in the sea below the high water mark. Minerals from dead organic substances, mostly sedimentary rock. Crustaceans, an arthropod family that consists of shrimps, lobster, and crab. Algae is a large plant group of marine plants that lack stems, roots, or leaves. Coral is a rock-like substance that consists of the skeleton of dead animals, and it is found in the warm sea.
The coral reef in Mexico ecosystem with a great diversity of species of algae, invertebrates, and fishes. Now, we will introduce you to a food chain in this place. With this start with the producers. In this case are the algae and worms. Like a primary consumer, we have the sea urchins and lobsters. The secondary consumer is the triggerfish in both sides, and the tertiary consumers can be moral heirs or cells, but the final consumer in a lot of cases is the shark.
Biological implications. The reported state of conservation of the coral reefs of the Yucatan Peninsula in the southeast of Mexico highlighted that increasing sea temperature for prolonged period causes coral to suffer some types of bleaching in the colonies, which can cause the death of the coral in these extensions that are potentially vulnerable to climate change. On the other hand, human activity was recognized as another cause of the deterioration of the reefs, especially in those closest to the Caribbean Sea, For example, the reefs of Cozumel and Isla Condoy are considered to be affected by overfishing and the presence of opportunistic species, and the proliferation of macroalgae, which are the main primary producers and nitrogen fixers in the corals. Economic implications. Coral reefs are the ecosystem with the greatest biodiversity, productivity, and ecological, economic, and social importance. Pauli and Christensen, researchers at the University of British Columbia, Pasteurization, calculate the amount of energy required to sustain the world's fisheries. Using metabolic principles and data from the FAO, the United Nations Food and Agriculture Agency, and found that fishing extracted 8% of primary production from the sand. In the case of reef areas, it was 8.3%, among the lowest because catches are concentrated at high traffic levels. In Indo-Pacific countries, almost 25% of fishing is associated with the reefs. In off-belly areas, nutrient elevation from the bottom of the sea, continental shelves, and freshwater systems. Fishing eliminates 25 at 35 of percentage of total production because the target species are sardines, anchovies, and other minor pelagics that feed on macrozooplankton, for example, species of lower trophic level. In the Caribbean, coastal communities have traditionally lived from fishing or organisms associated with coral reefs, such as lobster, snails, cucumbers, and a varied diversity of fish. The Chinchorro Bank is a reef platform reef, such as the pink snail, which is on the verge of commercial extinction, so a 5-year moratorium is currently proposed to promote its recovery. Political implications. There are Mexican laws that protect these ecosystems, such as the General Law of Equilibrium and Environmental Protection LEGEEPA NOM 059 Semarnat 2010 lists flora and fauna species in some condition of risk, and NOM 022 Semarnat 2003 establishes the preservation, conservation, and restoration of coastal wetlands. More than 10% of the world's reefs are thoroughly degraded. In 1994, an international reef initiative was created, supported by different governments and international organizations. Its objective is to implement programs at the local, national, and international levels on the conservation, restoration, and sustainable use of reefs. There are currently 33 natural protected areas that include areas with reefs, 9 of which are in the Gulf of Mexico and Caribbean Sea, and the remaining are in the Pacific and Gulf of California. Also within the framework of the Convention on Wetlands of Importance RAMSAR, areas with coral reefs have been included. Of the 51 Mexican sites registered within the convention, and 11 have reefs. Social implication. Mexico has a great extension of coral reefs that attract thousands of tourists in the Mexican Caribbean, and this activity generates a significant economic spill in this region. Coral reefs have a high tourist attraction, however, unregulated and excessive tourism from tourists from inexperienced divers who accidentally or intentionally break a coral colony. To, to wastewater discharge from coastal population represent a serious threat to the fragile ecosystems. The growth rate of a coral is, on average, 1 centimeter per year. So, if a diver breaks a 10 centimeters fragment, it will take 10 years to recover. On the other hand, discharge from waters with high organic matter content are even more harmful since they favor the growth of fleshy algae that overgrow the coral and eventually replace it. This is known as phase change and is almost irreversible. On the other hand, the quality and beauty of these reefs, their climate, and their cultural and historical environment generate many economic resources and a large number of jobs. The case of Cabo Pulpo in Baja California is an example of how its inhabitant faces with an economic crisis due to the loss of fisheries opted for ecological and sustainable tourism that allows them to generate income.
Proposal for the protection of the ecosystem. Symposium on Retaking the Future of Coral Reefs. The symposium was convened to establish a dialogue between public and private sectors, experts with broad perspectives, and what action can lead to a healthy future for coral reefs. The focus was on the need for a more progressive, ambitions and innovative approach both to provide immediate protection and to prevent further losses. Points of agreement and disagreement on expected interventions and outcomes of the symposium can be summarized in the context of the COP21, officially known as the 21 Conference of the Parties to the 1992 United Nations Framework Convention on the Climate Change, UNFCCC, and Objectives of the Sustainable Development. The main conclusion was the solution to protect the future of coral most quickly, transparent social, economic, and cultural boundaries. Action to be taken from the symposium. For the survival of coral reefs, it is essential to take immediate global measures to reduce future warming above the targets adopted under COP21. To create a high visibility movement conducive to societal behavior change to reduce adverse impacts on coral reefs and to adopt a more sustainable lifestyle. 3. Create an advocacy group and a coalition of the select entities to advocate for and raise awareness of coral reefs and adopt measures that provide solutions relevant to each specific region. Focus on the particularities of each region. 4. Invite industrial leads, heads of states and ministries of finance to participate in the discussions with a view to strengthening, informing, and widening the dialogue. 5. Take the lead when the relevant issues affecting coral reefs' health attract the attention of the media or governments. 6. Participate as scientists in climate debates and praise for the faster reduction in carbon emission. And 7. Exploring new solutions and replica on a large scale that can be adapted across different scientific disciplines as well as management and policy solutions and broaden dialogues and awareness of problems and solutions. Coral reefs are a very important part of the ecosystems and biodiversity of Mexico. We have to take care of them because if we lose a part of them, a lot of marine life could be lost since they are part of their home. The coral reefs are very complex and have a lot of parts, but these, in addition to being beautiful to the naked eye, also help us reduce the tropical cyclones, prevent erosion, and reduce the force of the waves. These are a large part of our ecosystem, both national and international. We must preserve them and prevent more of them from being destroyed.